and welcome to part 15 of Death End Request, where we got a rare double episode today, because tomorrow I won't be able to upload since I'll be working all day. Just because it's just on extra hours. They called me in and said, can you do tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I need the money. But we got, since I'm working tomorrow, we got 2 parts today, so I'm going to be able to upload tomorrow. But so today we're going to be continuing onwards as we finally made it to the elf village. And we've got a cutscene straight off the bat.
Lucille? Is that you? Hi. There's a cute bespectacled elf over there. Miton! I knew it was you, Lucille! Have you returned? I traversed through the forest, but there was nowhere for me to go. I've been searching everywhere for you! You had me so worried! Sorry, but if you were with me, then I'd be nothing but trouble for you too, Miton. Don't be silly. You shouldn't let those old-timers drag you down. You're one of the kindest people I know. Don't ever leave me again, okay, Lucille? I see Kumada's doing well. How are the others? The usual. Except for, you know, being all reclusive. Elves really need to get with the times. Lucille, is this a friend of yours? She's my only friend in the village. My, you're so clingy. Hello there, human. Oh, there's an ogre and a half-beast girl there with you, too. I'm Mita. Nice to meet you. I'm Sheena, and this is Lily, Al, Clea, and Mr. Enigma.
Yo.
Hiya! A pleasure.
It's Enigma.
It's been a long time since I last laid eyes on strangers to our village. To what do we owe this occasion? You see, we're adventurers. We were hoping to meet with the village elder to ask his permission to access the terminal. Oh my, an adventurer! How exciting! Please come on by!
But it's a hidden village. Are you sure we're welcome to enter?
It'll be fine. Elves have a reputation for being archaic and stubborn. That's why people tend to think of us as snobs. Lucille, have you become an adventurer too? Good for you. Maybe heading beyond our realm was a good experience for you. Oh, no. I'm no adventurer. Sheena and the girls were assisting me in locating my lost elf's guidance. I see. How kind of them. All right. I'll go ahead and alert the elder that you're on your way. Everyone make yourselves at home, okay? Just head straight down this path. Miton, we witnessed a black shadow flying towards the village. Is everything okay? I haven't seen anything. I'm sure it's fine. Just take your time, okay? Oh, Miton seems like a great lady! A fast runner, too! Elves are amazing! Miton is kind, but the others... less so. I'm not as wise as the other elves. In fact, I'm only half-elf. Huh? Because of my human side, they exiled me from the village. Miton was the only person to defend me. I see. I can't imagine how difficult that must have been. Another NPC with a changed backstory. So this girl's being persecuted by her own people. That's horrible. I have Kimata, the magic chair, with me. I tried my best to make do with what I have. But it wasn't long before I ran out of food to survive. Lucille, if you have nowhere else to go, then why not travel around the world with us? Could be fun. Oh, adventures are... I don't know if I...
Just think about it. No rush to decide. If the elves in the village bully you, then leave. Your life, your choice.
Thanks. Huh? Looks like your chair's hopping around. Kimata, what's the matter? Maybe it's happy. How strange.
Even Kumata, the weird flying chair thing, is happy for us. Anyway, this item here is what we need to progress onwards. You can see there's an invisible path there, because there's items sitting on nothing in the wilderness. So we need to access that path, but we need a special key that we get by exploring this area, the elves' village. And like I said, we also keep mentioning that like they caught eye of this shadowy figure that headed towards the area, but thankfully it doesn't seem that anything bad has happened surrounding that yet. But we'll see. But this is the elves' village. It's a nice little area. It's very like your first visit, you're not going to spend much time here. It's very kind of basic in its design. But when we come back to it, because I said, like I've been alluding to it, but there's a whole bunch of areas that we'll actually be having a second visit to later in the adventure. When you revisit this place, it opens up into a bit of a maze. So enjoy your first run of it being simple, because it kind of is. But after this, just be prepared, will ya? As more enemies die, and we level up more. Lucille is likely to be a few levels behind everyone else when you first join. That's just how she is, but she does adjust as you go. Like, even if she has to play catch up a little bit. Like, she never falls too far behind, I don't think. It's not like the DLC character. The DLC character can seem to just fall really far behind if you're not paying attention. But no, we do alright here. And there's another item here as well. But the key we need is not quite here yet. It's actually on this area here, I believe, near the end. It's another little key that just blends into the background that you could run straight past. It's actually used just on screen, way off in the distance. Oh, but this is an encounter of an enemy that we haven't encountered before, so I kept the encounter in. After abusing the glitch spots to earn some SP back, since that's like the main reason you'll be using these glitch spots after a while, so you don't have to waste your items to get it back. You just take a little chip off your health and go for it. But as you can see, that fight didn't take very long at all. Thankfully, some fights you do just kind of whiz through. It's just there are a lot of other ones that take forever. But it's over here. It's this right here. That's your key. You can go completely past it and through that gate, which is a one-way gate that takes you back to the start. See, it takes you right back here. But if you have the key, you can interact with it and it will make the path of light allowing you to journey across. But when you journey across, make sure you save before you do so. I can't recommend enough that you save before you progress onwards. And if you have any decent equipment, do so. Because when we approach here, stuff's about to kick off. And I've got another cutscene of talking I'm going to have to shut up for. But things are about to go insane.
I've made it back. All thanks to you, Sheena. Don't mention it. You helped us a bunch too, Lucille. Thank you. Just make sure not to lose your elf's guidance again, okay? Okay. I'll be careful. Stop!
Did someone just scream?
I heard it from inside the village. Let's hurry!
Oh my. Forgive me. I just couldn't resist, could I? I love the smell of blood festering throughout the village. The piles of corpses. It makes me shiver. I can feel your heartbeat under my boots. Nothing compares. Why do my knees quiver whenever I take a life? Isn't it beautiful? So, is this your first time being hanged like this? Oh, of course it is. I can see it in your face. Kind of pathetic. Wouldn't you say? The elves, a race shackled to their hubris and scorn. What an embarrassing species. I take pleasure in slaughtering them for it. Delightful! It takes my breath away. Shall the killing continue? Come forth, children. Have some dignity.
Stop right there! Who are you? Nita! Come here. Everything will be okay now. How dare you desecrate this sacred village! Why would you do something like this? Leave! This instant!
Right on time. Elf. Well, guess I'll just have to add you to my tally.
Hey, I smell blood.
Did something happen? Let's head in further.
drenched in blood. He strapped her to a pole. What sicko would do this? How the hell is she able to swing that gigantic sword and dance at the same time? Who is she?
Showtime! Villagers, watch closely, okay?
Stop! What do you plan on doing with her?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm murdering her!
Who the hell are you?
Ripuka, the one and only. No one, really. Oh, not another step. If you move, I'll slit her throat.
She's...
I know. I've never seen her character before. At least she's not one I remember creating. Where'd she come from?
I'm getting goosebumps. You there, old-timer. You're in charge of this village, right? Don't you have the guts to stop me?
Stop! Please!
If you're the leader, then why wouldn't you give your life to protect her? Do you let anyone come here and slaughter your people? Pathetic.
Stop it!
Mitan!
Too late.
Yeah! Don't watch, Lucille. Calm down. Guess she had to split. Get it? She was a bit top-heavy anyway. No! You bastard! Poor Mita. Nothing more than a nice pair of legs. Her blood is a splendid colour, reminds me of a pomegranate. Its ominously fascinates me. I yearn to see what people look like from the inside. What the hell is wrong with this lunatic? I've had my fill of death for today. Luckily, I've already destroyed the terminal here. What did you say? Good day, everyone. Hey, wait, goddammit, she's too quick. Did anyone see which direction she headed into the forest? Lucille, wait, don't go after her alone. Let's get her. Okay. Sheena, Ripuka is an abomination, not just because she's demented, but just like the Atoma Queen, she shouldn't exist. I know. Unlike the Atoma Queen, she can think and act and speak autonomously. Can you try learning and more information about her? You got it. Lucille has very briefly left the party, so make the adjustment while you need to, but progress while you can. And this is your other alternation. Like, if you need to alter your party around, do it now. Also, if anyone was partnered up with Lucille, they get immediately put into reserve. I didn't notice that straight away. You're going to see a slight cut of me fixing that. There it is. So I just didn't notice. But yeah, when you're ready, proceed onwards. But I highly recommend you save, because there is a death ending coming up. We're going to be fighting Ripuka, which you might recognise as that DLC character we've had in our party, which is why I'm a bit annoyed that you couldn't get her out of the party immediately, for the sake of showing off the extra cutscenes later on, she has to be in the party at the start, but that kind of spoils her appearance, even if I didn't give anything away. But that's Ripuka. But when you're ready, proceed onwards. And be ready to, well, let's be ready to try and survive. Aw, isn't it a little dangerous for you to be here by yourself? Need someone to hold your hand? Your magic is pretty weak for an elf. Is that the best you've got? The nerve. Ah! Hey, you're a half-elf, aren't you? Elves normally don't mingle with other races. If you're half human, then they surely exiled you. If they discarded you, then I don't know why you'd even bother showing your village any sympathy. They hurt you, cast you aside. It must have broken your heart, you poor thing. Poor, poor Lucille. Poor Lucille. Lucille, loo. What do you think is happening? Mitan's Glasses. Lucille, are you okay? Are you safe? Ah! Lucille joined! Now you get to... Oh no, I didn't put Al back in the party. I wonder if that cut was just because I had to rearrange then. Yeah, because now I'm noticed, I'm like, oh yeah, right, Al should be in the party. But now you immediately have a death end right in front of you. As soon as the fight starts with Ripuka, die within the first three or four turns. I'd say die in the first turn, and her glitch spots that are around this arena are specific to only Ripuka. These will only show up when you're fighting Ripuka, which is why they're so brutal. Because it's almost just like she is bending the game to her own will. And so these will massacre you in an instant. But if you die, you do get a death end. It's a very small death end, but it's still one to have. We felt like ants underneath a magnifying glass, scurrying, hoping not to be scorched. As our limbs were torn from our bodies, all I could do was stare up at the Red Mistress, who cackled like a woman gone mad. Our last act as the living was entertaining her, offering her a show as we bled to death in those freezing woods. But as we return back to the fight, the first thing I'm going to do is actually let you listen to this battle theme, because it's one of my favourite tracks in the game. And I haven't really done that so far, so here you go.
Alright, let's go! Let's go! Alright.
I love that piano intro to this theme. As someone whose favourite instrument is the piano, that track is just orgasmic. I fucking love that opening to this track. And the rest of it's really good as well. I like the really slow lyrics that are describing the environment you're in, describing what's going on. Like, I won't give away what the lyrics actually translate to, but if you ever get the chance, look it up. It's a fascinating little track that plays. And it actually plays again later on for a different reason we'll get to right near the end of this adventure. But it is Ripuka's main battle theme per se. She has two battle themes, but the second one we won't hear until much later on. But in this fight, you can't win, you're just not allowed to lose. You have to survive so many turns, and then it will immediately transition into a cutscene of you narrowly escaping. But as you're going to see, Ripuka is ridiculous. Ripuka is fucking insane to deal with, and it's just the main reason why I did everything in my power to avoid using her as a DLC character, because she has access to all of this. She has stupidly large range of all of her attacks, hits like a goddamn truck, and has an infinite supply of physical and magic based attacks. And most of her magic is non-elemental, so you can't resist it. But all you can really do in this fight is just do everything you can to survive, because as you can see, when we're attacking her, we're doing next to no damage. And she also is extremely difficult to inflict any kind of knockback on. I think she's completely immune. As you're going to see here, she doesn't flinch. Well, she flinches, but she doesn't move as we shoot her. Like, she doesn't get knocked on bouts off the wall like we've done with previous enemies and bosses when we've tried that attack. But just like that, she one-shot Lucille. She one-shot Sheena last turn. Like, you'd be forgiven for thinking this is a forced loss when you first get here, but no, you just get the death ending if you lose this. You have to just survive. Which is why I eventually start getting more and more defensive just to try and keep everyone going. And also to keep her glitch marks off the map as much as possible because of how brutal most of them are. All of them do like 30% of your life if you hit them. And there's like no buffs for them. Like, there's only like one of them that actually remotely buffs them. All the rest just hit like a goddamn truck and poison you, or hit like a goddamn truck and stun you, or just things like that. Like, none of them give a little benefit to justify the means. So I summon in a boss monster, or an Atoma Queen, just to try and give us a bit more of a survival chance. And eventually just focus on trying to keep everyone alive. Because as much as I want Lucille in this fight for the sake of plot significance, she's one of the most vulnerable members here. I'd recommend having Al in Lucille's place, just because then you've got someone who can run around and be a little away, and the other two can just try and survive. But having Lily or Lucille, they'll just get flatlined by Ripuka.
I'll tear you apart.
And you can see right there, even Claire wasn't safe. She just got wiped. But that ends the fight. Lucille, are you okay? Can you stand? You said your name was Ripuka, right? Why are you hurting all these people? Why? Are you asking me why? I don't know. I'm sure it's because... because it's kind of fun. What? She's nuts. She's pissing me off! Nothing I throw at her seems to phase her! I'm bored. Ugh. Huh? Why don't you eat this? Yeah! The energy! No! Ah! An Atoma Queen? Seriously? She was able to summon it? It's gonna squish us! Can we beat it? Be careful, it's whizzing past. I am Ripuka of the Luden. See you in the next one! Ludens? Who is she? Here it comes! Look at that thing dance around. It was just jigging its head like, eh. But we got our proper boss. We got a new Atoma Queen to fight. They're just kind of thrown at us at random. It's got like it's like a Cerberus three-headed dog thing, but at the same time it's got a bit of a scorpion look to it as well. It's hard to tell. Also, if you anyone who died last fight will come back with 1 HP, so do what you can to save Claire or whoever might be in trouble. So I use a Slave 2220, which is the best healer you can get, or Code Salve, because it is a full heal for the whole party. And there is an invincibility glitch mark on this fight as well, which is worth going for. It's actually just behind us to the right. It's that white one there, that crystally one. Yeah, the invincible bug. Halves your health, or takes off half of whatever your max health is. But it makes you invincible. But because you're invincible, it means you're safe to then whack every other glitch spot to boost your glitch percentage as much as possible. Not that it means much to Claire, because her glitch resistance is pretty damn high. But if it was like Lucille we got it on, she'd have gone glitch mode ages ago. But I use it as an opportunity to clean the board more, so then we can get Arata in on the action if need be. I keep on going to say Mr. Enigma, and that's entirely the plot's fault, but we know it's Arata. It's just because he's hiding his identity from everyone else just in case it causes trouble. Because we don't know if they're real or if they're NPCs still, even though it's highly likely they're real. Their emotional range is too wide for them to just be machines. Or to be at least artificial controlled sort of thing. But this boss fight, it's it's not too bad. Like, its physical attacks hurt, then it does have some basic elemental stuff, and it can also alter how much your corruption affects you, which should only really be a problem if you're actively trying to use glitching on it. But if you rely on magic yourself, you should do alright. Its magic defense is pretty low. It's just if it attacks you physically, you might feel about it. Case in point, Lucille just died. So just be wary, keep everyone topped up. And if you're playing on hard, pray a little, because this is around the point in the game on hard mode where it starts to sit on the edge of bullshit a little. It's the main reason why I didn't do this game on hard, is because some of the difficulty moments in this game on hard are a bit questionable. That you do kind of sit there and raise an eyebrow to it, like, eh? Like, that's something I guess I can criticise. Like, I hope they bring back difficulty options, because I love that inclusion in this game. It's a great thing to have an easy mode, a normal, and a hard. I just want it to be better balanced next game, because there are some moments where you just kind of die for no reason in this game. Like, it's not that hard of a JRPG, but it's just if you play it on normal or hard, well, more so hard, but if you just play it a lot, there'll be a lot of odd moments where stuff just kind of happens, and you don't have much of a say in it. Like, the tide can turn against you really oddly quickly if you're not paying attention. And so at this point, I'm just kind of playing keep up with the healing with one character, whilst the other two prioritise attacking more.
Mind if I use this?
Because there is a stats condition this boss can inflict on you that makes it so healing does nothing to you. Which is devilish of how easy it can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. Like, you'll try and heal and you're like, hang on, that character didn't get anything from it. Which is exactly what risks happening with Sheena, which is why I used the Pancreas first before trying to heal her, because it's just too dangerous. She wouldn't get anything from it.
Time to use this. Activating powering up.
And I also take the opportunity to boost her magic, since this boss is weak to magic.
It's my
Ow.
turn.
Well, yeah, don't be careful surrounding the thing, because it does have some AoEs as well.
This is good.
But this fight is kind of one of the longer ones, so it's going to start to drag out for a little bit longer yet. Because once you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Like, there's not too much this boss can do to you. Which is another thing I can criticise. I did warn you when I first started this Let's Play that there's a lot of things I love but can criticise with this. I want more variety with the bosses next game. There's a lot of bosses that kind of fall into the same kind of pit of how they work in this, and I'd love for them to be more experimental next time round. But it's more like I like bosses that require you to have a bit more strategy, because this is just spam magic and heal every now and then, which is a bit of strategy but not much. Which is exactly what we're doing here. I'm just spamming magic. And I'm hoping to get lucky that the Rucodian will poison it, but I don't think I do get lucky. Because I think it's resistant to it. So I take the opportunity to invincible by Claire again
I'll see what I can do.
to get access to her glitch form, which I think I've yet to show off. Hers is oddly fitting of her character, being very devilish. Like, I can't know, but I feel like it's very fitting for her almost borderline swindling, peddling business. I like the horns being exaggerated out there. I like that her weapon becomes so much bigger. I think it's really fitting for her character as a whole. Even if, once again, the oversimplicity kind of takes away from the intended, perhaps, sexiness.
Coast is clear. Smile. We won.
But just like that, the fight's over, so after not too much effort, it thankfully does start to fall apart for you. And on the plus side, it means we have a new summon to our entourage. Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. Ah! Sheena, oh no, it's happening again. Don't worry, we're right here. I've got your hand in mine. Sheena? Every time you defeat one of the Atoma Queens, Sheena regains a piece of her lost memories, but not without a lot of pain. All we can do is comfort her or hold her hand. It pains me to watch, but this is Sheena's fight. Sheena lost her memories? Ah!
Huh? What? No, that can't be. Why would they do this? You won't get away with this! I have to do something. What am I supposed to do? Mizunashi? Mizunashi? Sheena? Is something the matter? Oh, nothing. Come on, let's go home. Okay.
She ran off! After her! She's probably gonna leak information!
I have to tell him. Mizunashi. If it's here, I think I can...
I don't think that's a wise decision. Sorry to say it, but everyone knows what you're planning.
I won't let you get away with this!
Is that so? So what? What are you planning on doing about it? Capture her!
Yes, sir!
No! Don't touch me!
Ah, this little shit bit me! She ran for it again! Damn her! Sorry, sir. We'll capture her at once!
Oh, forget about it.
Ah! Why?
I don't need you to make the same mistake twice.
There's gotta be an escape route somewhere, right? Ah!
Sheena Ninomiya, this doesn't look too good for you. Resistance isn't something we take too kindly. Do you want me to hurt you? Even if we strip the flesh from your bones, it will have no bearing on what happens inside of the game.
Why would you do such a horrible thing? Ah!
Oh, whoops. Can't run away if your legs have been shot, now can you?
I've changed my mind. Looks like you're a now.
So Sheena was kidnapped by the rabbit people. No wonder they're after the rest of us. Now we're getting too close to the truth. Sheena, are you alright? Can you stand? Thanks, I'm fine. Did you gain any more of your memories? Yes. I realized something. I was trying to escape. But I got caught there. My fur. Sheena, it's fine. You're safe here. You don't have to think about it anymore. But it's fine. Don't overdo it. Yeah, Sheena. Why don't you rest for a bit? Okay, sorry. Yeah, Lily will look after you because she loves you so much. She genuinely does. Sorry, everyone. I'm fine now. Same for you, Lucille. I know you've been through so much too. I'm alright, but I will never forgive that horrid witch. Huh? Who? Huh? Why, Ripuka, that girl from earlier. Oh, yes, right. Huh? Lily? Aren't you mad at her too? Well, it's not like that. Sheena, did you hear what Ripuka said earlier? She called herself one of the Ludens, right? She did. Who are the Ludens? They don't sound like any race or class that I remember in this game. I'm going to check to see if I've archived them in the glossary. Continue on with your journey. Will do, thank you. Lucille, what do you want to do? I don't imagine that you'd want to return to your village, do you? No, I want to take care of Mitan. I couldn't live the thought of leaving her like this. Sheena, if you have access, you still have access to terminal, so I'm going to return. Ripuka said that if she's already destroyed the terminal, though, damn it. Mita was right about you. You possess great kindness and strength. He'll be alright. Don't worry, I'm sure she's looking down at us from heaven. Mita! Why? She didn't do anything wrong! Why? Why? I'm not good at doing a teary voice. I never felt so angry at being so powerless. Next time, on Death End Request, we'll explore the rest of the village to see the chaos that has been ensued. But until then, also this teleports you here for no reason, but until then, you guys take care now. See yous.